Hey guys, so it's been a busy week. Just helped my friend Meg move into her new apartment in Richmond, so it's been pretty hectic. So sorry I didn't post my video on time this week, but I'm getting it up anyway. I still haven't finished editing my vlog of the beach trip or the kayaking trip that I've done, so that will probably be next week. But I figured since this is kind of something that happened just recently, I figured I'd make a video about it and kind of throw my 2 cents out there for you guys. The other day, Donald Trump posted tweets about how transgenders are no longer allowed in the military or the armed forces. And honestly, my opinion of that, I think everyone's pretty aware that I am not the biggest fan of Donald Trump. And honestly, I feel like this thing he has done is just his way to appeal to the conservative people of the military. Because saying transgenders are too costly to have in the military is not a good excuse. Because honestly, I believe that if anyone is willing to fight for their country, they should be allowed to. And I really don't think there's that large of a portion of transgenders who are joining the military just to get their surgeries done. In my opinion, if a transgender wants to join the armed forces and risk their lives for their country, honestly, I don't think we should be judging how they're using their money to better their lives. Because there have been plenty of people who are joining the military because they really don't have any other option. They aren't able to find a good job, they're not able to get into college, and the military is where they end up because honestly, the military is there to help kind of guide people into a direction in their life. And I just don't see where banning transgender has any positive effect, really. But I will say that there's been a lot of negativity thrown out there on both sides, and I really don't think that attacking people on either side is a good thing right now. I honestly think we need to all educate ourselves and make sure that we are being a lot more aware of what's going on, because I feel like there's a lot of ignorance out there and a lot of people reposting things that they read that make them mad and they just assume it's true and it's really not. I first saw the post about the tweets that Donald Trump had tweeted on his Twitter account. I honestly went straight to the source, checked his Twitter account, just because there have been so many fake things about Donald Trump, and I was just like, you know what, I don't want to be angry at something that's not real. The fact that Donald Trump thought it was okay to announce to the world that this was something that was going to happen through his Twitter account was kind of sad. I don't really feel like that was a very professional thing to do, and honestly, it's getting to the point where I just kind of expect him to do stupid things. There have been several people out there posting statuses saying why they think transgenders should not be allowed in the military, and honestly, I have not read one yet that has struck me as, wow, yeah, transgenders shouldn't be in the military. Because honestly, transgenders are just like everybody else. The only difference is they are going through some type of reconstructive surgery to have their genders change. Other than that, they are still humans, and that doesn't make them weaker. And it's almost to the point where, if you're saying that a transgender is a weaker person, then how are you able to say that women aren't weaker or gays aren't weaker? It's honestly an attack on everyone. It's an attack on women. It's an attack on anyone in the LGBT community. If we're being honest, I'm not one of those people that would voluntarily go into any of the armed forces. I've never actually really touched a gun. Definitely never shot a gun. And I really have no desire to do that. I've had a lot of people ask me why it makes me so upset, because I'm not a transgender myself, and the answer to that question is yes, I'm not a transgender, but when it comes to my community, the LGBT community, we all have to stand together because it's our rights that are on the line, and it's our rights that are being voted on right now. And if the gays don't stand up for the transgenders or the lesbians, and if we don't all stand up for each other, things are going to get to the point where we're all losing our rights left and right. But I guess to sum up this video, I really just want to tell you to make sure you educate yourself before you post stuff. Make sure that your posts that you're posting aren't based around just anger and hate, because that's really not going to get us anywhere. If any of you guys have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'm not looking for hateful comments. This is just my opinion. I'm sure there's 1,000 other people out there. Believe me, I've read and listened to a lot of different people's opinions before I posted my video. Just make sure that you're spreading love, because that's what we need to be doing. And honestly, at the end of the day, transgenders are not that costly to the military. So if that's what you're resting your case on, you might need to find something else, because honestly there are so many other things that the government is spending money on right now that aren't beneficial at all. So helping a transgender who's dedicating their life to their country get the sex change really isn't that horrible of a thing. Just because it's not something that you agree with doesn't mean that it's something that you should ban and make illegal and kick people out of the military for. Just make sure that you're thinking about others and not just your own personal beliefs, because we don't all have to believe the same thing for everyone to be happy. Because honestly, if I let you live your life, you let me live my life, and no one's hurting each other, it shouldn't be a problem. I hope this video was a little bit informative to you guys, but I'm sorry if it wasn't. But I will talk to you guys next time, and I hope you guys have a good week. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, check out some of my other videos, and hit that subscribe button. Bye! So something else I was kind of looking into, and I don't know if anyone else was really looking into it, is, just like I said before, some people join the military because they can't afford college and they can't find a good job because high school degrees don't really get you that far these days. You're pretty much banning transgender people from joining the military, which could help them pay for college, which I think is wrong, because I think everyone deserves a right to education, and just because someone is struggling with their sexuality or anything like that, it shouldn't put them in a position where they're denied their right to an education or to further their education. So I just ask you guys to have an open mind and think outside of the box, and don't be so narrow-minded when it comes to this issue, because there's a lot of things that aren't being addressed, and I don't believe that this issue has been looked at thoroughly enough to where the decision should have been made so quickly. I know this is something that has been looked at since Obama and has been on hold since 2016, but I think it's something that still needs to be open and still needs to be investigated, because saying that transgenders are too expensive for the military, it's just wrong.